use your cell phones to record those videos. So it's very important that you can share those as well too. So those are just some ideas of ways that you can think about your goals of why you want to partner, who you can partner with, and ways to partner as well too. Okay. Next, we have with us a few of our guests that are from the business world, and we want to hear from them as well too about what are some things that benefits that businesses see, and maybe some ways that they partnered with schools in the past and maybe hoping to do in the future. So we have with us Andrew Rolfs from he's at Sioux Center Interstates at Sioux Center. And we have Ryan Schaap, CIO of Wells Enterprise in Sioux City. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hi, Mary. Thanks for having us.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about a brief description of your company and the products that you guys make. And I'll start with Andrew.
All right, thanks, Mary. Again, my name is Andrew Rolfs. I work with Interstates here in Sioux Center, Iowa. My products that we create are going to be less exciting than Ryan. But what we do is we go into a lot of different industrial facilities, right? So you can think about ethanol, biodiesel, feed mills, flour mills, those types of things. And oftentimes we're doing the electrical engineering, the construction, but the part that relates closest to the automation is oftentimes we're doing the programming and the computer science work within these facilities. So we have different operator setup screens, and we do different cybersecurity and data analytics and developing custom software for these different process facilities to run, not only throughout the US, but across the globe.
Sweet. Thanks, Andrew. And Ryan.
Thanks, Mary. Morning, everybody. My name is Ryan Schaap. I'm the Chief Information Officer at Wells Enterprises in Le Mars. I've been a Northwest Iowa native for many years, since I was 13. I grew up in Hull, graduated from Hull Western Christian, and then from Dordt College in Sioux Center, or now Dordt University. So very familiar with the schools in and around the area. Had the privilege to join the Wells team about 7 years ago, and really enjoying my time there. If you don't know Wells, we make ice cream. So things you might know about us: Blue Bunny, Bomb Pop are the two most people associate us with. In 2019, we actually bought the Halo Top brand, which was previously headquartered in Los Angeles, California. We've been making that since 2019. We also make Blue Ribbon Classic and a handful of other niche brands. If you buy ice cream from Walmart or Hy-Vee or Fairway that's branded by the store, there's a decent chance we're making that as well. We make a lot of store brands, customer brands, even as far as gas stations and others. We have partnerships with 7-Eleven and some other companies as well. So lots of ice cream. It's been an interesting 3 years at Wells. Prior to 2019, we were only in Iowa. And since then, we've bought a plant in New York, one in Henderson, Las Vegas, Henderson, Nevada, around Las Vegas. So we're all over the country now, making ice cream in a lot of different places. And thanks for having us, Mary.
Well, thank you for all the ice cream. We appreciate it.
It does go good with coffee too. Might be a little early for most people, but it works.
That's a good idea. I never thought about that. Adding a little scoop of ice cream to coffee. That would make you smile in the morning, I think. Can you tell us some of the types of computer science positions you have at your businesses? And Andrew, we'll start with you again.
All right. Yeah. So to talk a little bit about some of the different types of computer science positions, we most often are hiring programmers. So programmers that focus on different types of ladder logic, whether it's the front-end user interface that the operators will be using, or the back-end programmable logic control, or basically the brains of the process facilities. So oftentimes we're hiring those types of programmers. A couple of other types of computer science or computer science related positions that we're hiring is we do a fair amount of cybersecurity work. And this is a really unique opportunity because oftentimes we're the good guys when it comes to these ransomware and hacker and backup type situations. And we have to be very, very proactive when it comes to those types of situations. So a lot of networking, cybersecurity professionals. Then we get into some of the custom software that we are building. So we'll get software developers that do that. And then the final and last area when it comes to computer science folks is this world of data. So we have more and more data analytics. We have data scientists. We have people that really want to take a look at large and ongoing data sets and make sense out of it and be able to report well off of that. So those are probably the four types of positions when it comes to computer science that we're using and actively hiring today.
Sweet. I can see a lot of connections with our curriculum that we have, even from, kindergarten all the way up, that could connect with any of those kinds of positions. That's awesome. And Andrew, I'm guessing, because Interstates is so friendly, just like you, that they'd be willing to partner with schools in the area as well, too. Would you say that's true?
Absolutely. We've hosted several different interns, externs, whether it's projects, classroom presentations, work-based learning opportunities. We're involved heavily with the Siouxland CAPS tours, virtual presentations. Really want to be able to partner with however it seems most appropriate for the educators and in their classroom, and whether it's them coming this way or us coming to them. We definitely want to
Yeah.
provide those opportunities.
Awesome. Love to hear it. Whoops. Here we go. All right. I hope I didn't mute you there. I think I did. You might want to unmute yourself there again, Andrew. Sorry. And Ryan, how about you? What are some computer science jobs that you have at Wells? And what are maybe are you willing to partner with area schools?
Yeah, thanks, Mary. I think I'll probably sound a lot like Andrew, but personal note, I got my very first technology job as an intern at Interstates in Sioux Center. So that was my first tech job experience, was there. So Andrew, I probably still know some of the people that are there working with you. But our IT team at Wells is about 80 people. So we have a healthy number.
Wow.
We run just about everything you could think of. We have a help desk and desktop support team. We have a team that runs our data center in Lamars. We have a network telecommunications team that manages all of our interactions between the plants. We have a cybersecurity team, much like the one Andrew described, that works very hard to keep our business safe. Most of the people, though, I would tell you we look for are software developer, applications, systems type people, people with an acumen for writing code, building software, working with technology, and working with people at the same time. Some of our newer areas that we have that might be new to you, might not. We have some business intelligence team members working in data science and data analytics. And our newest group is a robotic process automation team, which is a very small team. We have about 3 people that's using technology to build software robots to automate some of the very painful human tasks that we have with old pieces of technology. So most of the people, Mary, that start into the Wells IT team do start as interns, especially if they are early college. And I find that we're taking intern kids as early as like freshman year in college anymore. So getting kids connected right out of high school is very important. We actually have a lot of college age kids employed as part-time help. Our help desk, all the off-hour supports handled by part-time staff, and a lot of them are college kids working in their dorm rooms, taking calls that people may be making from the plants at 11 o'clock at night when the rest of us don't want to be working, but college kids are okay with that. So that's worked well. And to your other question about, teachers and externships and things like that, we're certainly open to it, interested in it. We haven't been very successful with getting one of those launched yet, but we'd certainly be interested in them.
Sweet. I'd love to hear that. So Andrew mentioned Siouxland Caps, which has been awarded STEM Best this past year, and we're actually going to go up and visit them. And you mentioned teacher externships too. You guys are just playing right into my playbook. That's awesome. Yeah, so STEM externs, that's an opportunity for educators to spend 6 weeks in a business, learning about the business, learning, doing special projects for them, and then taking that back to the classroom and making that business connection last for years. Plus, you get paid to do it and 3 graduate credits. So that's not a bad gig at all. And so would you say, Ryan and Andrew, that you would be willing to partner with schools maybe even outside of your immediate communities, even virtually, or maybe venture out to, if some of these teachers that are on the call would be interested in?
Yeah, Mary, for myself, we certainly would. From an IT workforce, especially post-COVID, we've been embracing, more remote, more hybrid. I still have a lot of IT employees in Le Mars, but I have one in Iowa City, one in Cedar Rapids, one in Los Angeles, one in Omaha, one in Kansas City, one in Denver. So we're hiring people all over and really embracing that. So I don't think that would be a challenge at all.
Great.
I would also say too that my team's pretty well connected with a lot of the high schools. I have a Heelan grad in my leadership team. I live in the Sergeant Bluff area. I've got a director that's in South Sioux City. I know it's not Iowa. And several on the Mars and other places. So any ways that we can get connected with the local schools, we'd be interested in too.
Good. Yeah, very similar to Ryan. Our workforce is very much distributed, and one thing that COVID, as painful as it was taught us is that we can really do this remote. And in fact, we did do that remote with an extern. So due to the pandemic, we hosted Robbie Cundy, and he was a mathematics professor, worked with our data analytics group, and Robbie got to wear his gym shorts to work every day, right? So he was able to work from his home and still experience what it looked like to work with Interstates on our data analytics group. And because that group was so dispersed across the country, it really didn't matter. Right, we're able to do most of his onboarding and training in a remote atmosphere, and that is something that we're very open to. There is opportunities for that fully remote type thing. There's also opportunities for more of a hybrid type environment where you'll spend a couple days in one of our offices and then a couple days remote. And then there is the on-site opportunities as well. So very open to each and every one of those.
And one last question for both of you. Some of our educators out there are a little hesitant to reach out to businesses to see if they want to partner, because we know that your business community is really struggling with a lot of issues. In fact, finding employees and that sort of thing. So what would be your message to them? Are you too busy to partner? Andrew.
Yeah, I think that's almost a silly question, right? We realize the ongoing workforce needs, and that starts with you as educators, right? So yes, we are busy. Yes, we are looking to fill positions. Yes, if you know somebody, please let Ryan or myself know. We want to hire those folks, right? But we understand that the ongoing workforce needs are best met preparing today for what we're going to need 5 and 10 years from now. So we see this as a real investment and opportunities, and I can say that each week we have different groups coming in to Interstates and different partnership opportunities, and we see that as an extremely important part of what we do and part of our business. This is going to help us to prepare for the future. So we are not too busy. We may have to modify things and figure out what works best and kind of customize it to what the business can do and what you're looking to do. But we really want to partner and figure out how we can work together to prepare both opportunities, which is what you're looking for as educators for your students, and our workforce needs in the future. And it's less about which organization they work for, and it's more about bringing those students into those work-based learning opportunities and seeing what that looks like. So I'm very happy when students say that they've gone to Wells or they've gone to wherever. It really prepares them to enter the workforce wherever they choose and have those real-life examples.
Thank you very much. And Ryan?
Yeah, Mary, I think
Oops, hold up, sorry. Got muted there.
Mary, you like muting me, don't you?
I do, apparently.
Yeah. I think what gets a lot of press right now around the area is all of the manufacturing workforce challenges, which are very real, I can tell you. But what people don't talk a lot about are all of the more corporate professional office workforce type challenges, which are also going to be very real. I think there's a lot of areas that are going to be short staff over the coming years and war for different talent and trying to attract people into those types of jobs, and technology jobs will be in there. So I think to Andrew's point, right, this is long-term business thinking, right? We want to be well connected with schools in the area. We want to be well connected with teachers in the area, and we want to be connected with potential workforce, the younger generation early, so that we've got an opportunity to make sure that they know that there's great places to work right here in Northwest Iowa, and they don't have to go to some city somewhere to find those technology jobs.
Love that. Might have said that many times myself, to stay right here in Northwest Iowa. Thank you so much, both of you, for your comments, and we appreciate you joining us this morning. Educators out there, here's 2 businesses that are willing to partner today. So gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind entering in your email address in the chat in case anyone would like to reach out to you, that would be awesome. All righty. Next, for our fun today, everybody, we're gonna do a Kahoot. Yay! So Kahoot for more prizes. This is your Kahoot number right there that you want to enter in. So if you've never played Kahoot before, take out your cell phone, open up your web browser, and type in kahoot.it, kahoot.it, and then you'll type in this number, 683-9179. And we couldn't do a Kahoot without hearing their music. Kahoot.it. Oh, we're getting in there. So you're wondering about prizes for the Kahoot, I'm guessing. So we might have a few more t-shirts, but we're also giving away for you educators a few of the Bee-Bot plastic sheets that have pockets so that you can put those in. And then also, if you know anything about me, I am a lover of everything that has to do with Rocket notebooks. And so we have the small Rocket notebooks, pens to give out. If you've never experienced those, then let me turn this down just a smidgen. That allows you to write on there. You can use your app to screenshot it and put it into your Google Docs or email or what have you, and then you wipe it clean and use it again. So no more do you have to carry around like the 5 subject notebooks. These are great. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our Kahoot. Top 3 after the end of 5 questions will receive prizes. Same thing as before. If you're one of the top 3, please let Janet Liefeld, my lovely assistant, know your address, and go ahead and include your shirt size too, just in case we have some shirts left over. So I'm going to count down from 5 and we're going to start. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start our Kahoot. And the first question. According to code.org, in Iowa, there are currently about blank number of computer science jobs available now. 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, or 2,000. Look at your monitor or your screen and go ahead and answer. What is your guess? Okay, so 5,000. Currently, there are 5,000 computer science jobs available right now. So we have 16 smarty pantses this morning. So let's see who those are. Oh, right now, Wendy's in the lead with Rob and Tyler right behind. Awesome. Okay, let's knock them off the leaderboard. Next. Okay, of the open computer science jobs in Iowa, their average salary is 83,000, 103,000, 113,000, or 53,000. 5 seconds. The faster you answer Kahoots and the correct answer gets up the leaderboard. Woo, look at how smart we are. $83,000 is the average salary. Not a bad chunk of change, my friends. So let's see who's got that answer. Let's see if Wendy's still at the top. Oh, she is. That Wendy, she's fast this morning. And Rob is right behind. And Amanda Byer has popped up there. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Next question. Again, you want to enter fast and correctly. Female students who learn computer science in high school are 10 times more likely to major in it. True or false? Female students who learn computer science in high school. Okay, 43%. Awesome. That is true. So let's see what the leaderboard. Wendy is good. Okay, we still have those 3 at the top. Let's knock them off. Somebody close Wendy's eyes. All right. The 4th question. All Iowa grade schools, middle schools, and high schools are required to offer computer science instruction beginning July of 2024, 2022, 2025, 2023. Grade school, middle school, and high school. What year? So the correct answer is 2023. High school is asked to have that by the end of this year of 2022, this next coming year. And then the other 3 are for 2023. Ooh, that was a tough one. All right. Oh, we have a change. Jordan takes the lead with Melissa and Heidi's still in there. Okay. Last question. This is for all the marbles. This is a true and false. Computing jobs are the #1 source of new wages in the United States with over 500,000 current openings. Computer science jobs are the #1 source of new wages in the United States with over 500,000 current openings. Very smart. Yes, it is true. 43% of you got that. So let's see who our top 3 are. Oh, so exciting. The podium. Rob, yay, it's #3. Heidi is #2, and #1 position is Jordan. Woo! All right, so you 3, if you could put in the chat to Janet, your shoe size, your shirt size, and we have more shirts left over. Otherwise, we will be sending you some of those Rocket notebooks and or Bebot mats. So congratulations, you 3. So this is kind of why we're doing all this, right? So why computer science is so important for us and why we're taking the time to learn about it and integrate it into our curriculums. And so with us today also, we have some special guests joining us from our computer sciences elementary schools. And yes, the funny thing is, this is all their Bitmojis. I sent out an email saying, hey, could you send me your Bitmoji? And boom, like within 5 minutes, all these folks sent me their Bitmojis, which was awesome. So I'd like to welcome some folks from some of our schools here. We have Kingsley Pearson, Storm Lake, Denison, and Pocahontas folks with us. And they're gonna share with us some of their activities that they have planned or that they have done in the past, gearing up for Computer Science Week. And so I'm gonna start with Denison. And Denison is included in the slideshow, which I will put in the slideshow to everyone, the link to this presentation as well too, so that you have that. And then we'll have Denison. Let me grab that quick. I will put your presentation. I will run that for you if that's okay. So Denison folks, would you mind sharing with us?
Well, good morning, everybody. We've been spending quite a few weeks here getting ready and excited for our Computer Science Week. If you go to the next slide, Mary, it does show we took the theme, Celebrate Computer Science Everywhere, and we added our school monarch in there to kind of tweak it and make it fit for our school. So our staff is going to be seeing this logo a lot throughout the week. And then our next slide.
Yes, so we're just going to give you a little bit of a preview of what we're going to be doing with our students and our staff before we have the business partners come in. We were fortunate to get an hour of PD time during our November 15th in-service to introduce the Unplugged activities. This is a new part of our Hour of Code and Computer Science Week celebration. We have Monarch meetings they're referred to, which are basically morning classroom meetings with the students and the teachers. And we have an unplugged activity planned for each day. And we thought, well, you might get better participation if we actually walk the teachers through those activities ahead of time. So we're going to be doing that on Monday afternoon. We also have a school-wide kickoff assembly on December 3rd for both of our elementary schools. And we were fortunate enough to have a theme song. We did a parody of Justin Timberlake's song. What was it? Can't Fight the Feeling. Can't Fight the Feeling.
Can't Stop the Feeling.
Can't Stop the Feeling. And we made that into a coding song. And we just got the recording from our music teacher today, and it is awesome.
We're going to need to hear that. We're going to need to hear that.
Assembly. We have a flyer that is going out, and you can see that there is a link in there. So when Mary shares out the slides, you can see the link. But basically every day is going to have a theme to it, and it's going to have a coding word. So Monday, or not necessarily coding, but computer science. Monday is our privacy day where you don't share your private information. So we're encouraging students and staff to wear camouflage clothing. Tuesday is all about events. So they're encouraged to wear their favorite video game t-shirt. Wednesday, as you can see, is algorithm day where they're going to be putting on their thinking caps. Thursday is Loop Day, where they're going to be wearing a lei and also Hawaiian clothing. We'll provide a lei for them. And then Friday, Bug and Error Day, where we're going to be asking them to wear mismatched outfits. So next down below there, where you see the daily unplugged activities, we differentiated for our TK through second grade classrooms, as well as our third and through fifth. So you can click on those to see what we've got planned for each day. We pulled from a variety of sources on that, code.org, as well as some of their online sites. And then we're also going to have the teachers move into some online coding practice on Monday. We found that if the teachers are more comfortable with these computer science concepts, they're going to be more willing to engage with our students during the hour of code celebration. So we're going to have them, depending on their grade levels, move into code.org, Scratch, or Scratch Junior on Monday.
So then as far as incorporating our business partners, if you want to go to the next slide, Mary, we're very fortunate in our school for about the past 15 years, I think. Each classroom has been assigned a business partner. Along with our computer science business partners, we have each classroom, like I said, that has a partner, but then we also have 4 additional partners that are tied into our computer science award. So we have asked them to provide a sample video just as far as how they incorporate computer science into their daily jobs. So we've also included videos from our secretaries, our custodians, We have a deputy sheriff that's also
Perfect.
been.
She's not here. I got one more request for you.
Provided a video as well showing how he uses computer science. So we're going to put all those videos together and then display that during our kickoff assembly on December 3rd. These videos, like it mentions here on the slide, we do have some in English and Spanish for our diverse students here in Denison. So that'll be kind of exciting to get everybody motivated about computer science. As far as all the other classroom business partners, we have created an email template and we sent that out to the teachers this week in hopes that they will send that email to their business partners. I'm encouraging them to either attend our kickoff assembly, to attend the morning meetings that we'll be having the week of our hour of code, or they can come in and watch actual coding that week. So we're hoping that that will encourage the business partners to come in and visit and see what our students are doing throughout that week. Along with that email, we've also included a link for business partners to record on a Padlet as far as how they are using coding and robotics and their IT personnel. So if they can't attend that week of the hour of code, we're hoping they will at least jot down a few notes in that Padlet so that the classroom teachers can go ahead and share that out with their students as to how their business partners are using technology. So our next slide shows a little bit more about our business partners.
Yeah, so these are the business partners that are specific to the Computer Sciences Elementary Award. So you can see we've got Blue Space Creative, which is a local business that is brand management. They do websites, they do logos, all sorts of promotional materials for companies throughout the world. And their business is 100% word of mouth. So they don't necessarily even have to advertise. We're also partners with Western Iowa Tech, the Denison campus, Mediacom, and another local business, Professional Computer Solutions, which writes and programs software for utility companies throughout the country. So we're very fortunate to have those business partners. We did ask them to submit, like Steph said, a video that kind of briefly shows how they use computer science in their workplace. And we've already received one from Blue Space Creative. And as you can imagine, since they're a brand promotion company, it is very well done. We're not necessarily asking for professional quality from all of our business partners, but what they did was fantastic. And so we're looking forward to receiving videos from our other business partners prior to our December 3rd assembly.
And the next slide shows the specific businesses that are linked to each of our grade level classrooms. Each grade level has a certain discipline here. So you can see in kindergarten, we have businesses that are related to more community helpers. In first grade, we have businesses that cover more family, consumer, and human services. On the next slide, we have second grade. The businesses are focused more on the arts with media and communication. Third grade is tied in with engineering and industrial technology businesses. And then our fourth and fifth grade are in health services and business information systems and marketing. So like I said, we're very fortunate to have those businesses in place. I know each classroom does try to meet with their business partners at least 3 to 4 times a year.
Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. I just
And
totally
what we
closed out
would
of
like
my
in a
presentation.
nutshell, if you have any questions or
Any
comments?
questions? You're definitely getting some great comments in the chat. They asked if, I know that they said, will you share this presentation reference later? You all have the link to this, to our presentation here. There are links for that again. I'll put it out again, the link to this presentation. So you'll have all of those links to go back and take a look at those. So thank you so much, Denison. You're definitely one of our flagships for Computer Sciences Elementary Schools. We love all that you're doing. Well, it's exciting to see all of the great things that are happening there. So thank you for sharing for that. Next, we'll have Pocahontas share with us.
Sure.
Give me just a second here.
So I'm Susan Naylors, the Tech Integrations for Pocahontas area.
And I'm Terry Samuelson. I teach 3rd grade and I do some coaching.
So last year, we're not actually doing, well, we have a computer science designated weekly class every day of the, or once a week throughout the year. So we're not doing anything specific for computer science week because we kind of have that. We're doing it every week anyway. So we're going to create a district-wide event for our elementary classrooms, and we did this last year and it worked out really, really great. It was entitled The Grinch Who Stole Computer Science at Pocahontas Elementary. So this year we're going to kind of do a new theme, which is the greatest CS show at PAC. So it's kind of centered around circusy type of stuff. If you flip the slide, yep. So we're going to do this the last 2 days prior to Christmas break. So that Monday and Tuesday before we're dismissed for a week and a half. So we felt this was a really, really good time to do it, to kind of amp up the kids' excitement before the holidays. And let's be honest, those of us who are educators, there's probably not a whole lot of academic classroom stuff that's probably taking place because they're so excited. So we're infusing all that great academic stuff inside of this. So they're getting it, but they don't realize they're getting it, so to say. So our objectives for the event are to apply CS foundational skills to authentic tasks. So I create challenges for each of our different stations that we have. And we honestly are just still in the preliminary planning stages here. So I don't have that all worked out yet exactly what that's going to be. But communicate and collaborate with peers and faculty using CS vocabulary. Of course, be resilient and persevere. We really saw this last year, kids, not wanting to give up or wanting to give up sometimes. And we kept saying, no, you can't give up, you can do this. And then we allow like 90 minutes for this piece of the coding and the actual authentic task part. So it gives them a lot of time to work through those situations, I guess. Engage computational thinking and problem solving strategies. And then of course, ignite creativity while working through the engineering design process. And my next slide kind of talks a little bit more about what that means for us. And then interact with business and community leaders. And of course, have fun. So kind of how we break down our 2 days is we kind of have it in grade bands. And that's basically for my management system is kind of what robotic devices and the amount of robotics I have available, because we try to do 1-to-1 if at all possible. So on Monday, our first grade band is 2nd through 4th grade, and we will have them for 3 hours. So the first hour will be like that, creating a costume that goes with our theme for either to put on their robot, or a lot of our robots and the challenges have accessories to them. So then the kids have to engineer something that they're going to put on themselves that's theme related, that they have to design and create and all that good stuff. And then that 90 minutes will be in our gym and our lunchroom this year, because we're going to spread it out a little bit more. And that's where they're doing the challenges, they're coding, they're collaborating, interacting with our business partners, and we're all hands on deck, all teachers, all associates are all helping. So it's just really, really great. And then that last 30 minutes is really the most powerful piece for me, is that's where kids are going to showcase their learning. So we've got kids from each of those challenge stations that are going to come up to the microphone and then really talk about the challenge, and then really their successes and failures throughout that challenge. So it's really pretty awesome to see, to witness, and to hear them talk about all the great things that they did during that time. And then our little learners, pre-K through first, they're just going to have a little shorter time, because we know from last year their attention span is not that great when we're talking about 5, 6, and 7-year-olds. So it's just a little bit shorter time. Then I'll let Terry talk a little bit about the planning stages, since I'm kind of taking the show here.
No, that's okay. We're just in the planning stages. So we don't have all of the details finalized yet, but we know, like Susan said, that what the timing is going to be, because we are using kind of the same framework that we did last year, because it worked to have the hour to engineer in their classrooms the costumes. So everybody is in their own classroom. So there's more manageable experience. And we can have all of the materials that they need in the classroom so that every classroom is doing a different activity. And then the 90 minutes of the problem solving and programming challenges will be down in the gym and the lunchroom, which we are going to transform into a circus. So stay tuned for what that's going to look like. And then the 30 minutes at the end when we bring all of the kids together so that they can listen to one another and knowing that failure is okay and that we need to keep on persevering and complete the task. Yep, I said the 2 venues were, we just did it in the gym last year and we felt like we kind of were on top of each other a little bit in a couple of the challenges. So we're going to extend it out a little bit into the lunchroom also, so.
And then is there one more bullet? Oh yeah, decorating. And then one thing I would like to ask the group is I'm having a little bit of pushback from my administration in regards to inviting people. And I understand it's not COVID related. It's just we're afraid, or they're afraid that if I open it up to businesses, and which I'm going to open to businesses and parents, but I want parents to come too, that we're going to get like 500 people to come. And I'm up for suggestions on how to handle that, because obviously, I mean, how do you pick and choose which parents can come and grandparents, and then we don't want, little babies and toddlers, running around either. So, last year when we did this, we were in COVID, so we couldn't have any outside people in. So I'm definitely going to invite the businesses to come, and hopefully they can, just interact and then kind of share what they do relates to what we're doing. But any suggestion on that, Pocahontas is up for, because that's the piece we need to build and strengthen in our process here.
Great.
Yeah, as Terry said, stay tuned. It should be awesome.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. I think that this is everything. Yes. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Pocahontas. And if you have some suggestions for them, please put that in the chat as well too. We would so appreciate that, because we are all in this together, right? So any suggestions that we have for each other, that's what we're all about. We're sharing what some schools are doing. And so if you can help them out in any way, we appreciate that. Next up, we have Storm Lake. Storm Lake folks, would you share with us some of your plans?
Mary, are you able to pull up my presentation or no?
I don't know if do you want to just share it? You share your screen?
I can.
Perfect. Am I sharing my screen right now? I don't think so.
Yeah, you're sharing right now.
Okay, let me go back to that. Let's see. Hold on now. Here we go. There we go.
I can get this big enough. Can you see it now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So we're kind of in planning phases, I'm not gonna lie. We are working hard and shoring up our computer sciences elementary team. We've had some teachers that left over the last 2 years or have moved to another job. So we've spent some time securing 2 teachers at every grade level and reconnecting with our business partners. So you can see on the screen, we have Buena Vista Regional Medical Center, always willing to reach out and help us and join in anything. They've participated in some of our family fun nights and willing to send us videos about what's going on in the CS world at the hospital. We have Buena Vista University, who's been a great partner as far as we have a great connection with their computer science department, especially when those students are able to have those classes and work with some of our students. We have Citizens First National Bank, and then of course the Iowa State Extension office. And Nicole Gillespie's over the years has been a great resource and connection for us here at the school, and has been popping into several classrooms. We also had business partners prior to COVID for every class. And then since then, the district hasn't had those up and running again, but we have just had our CSE partners. So some of our things prior to COVID, we had some classroom visits going on with our partners. We had our students out in the community sharing our computer science. It's one of my favorite things to have kindergarten students go to Kiwanians or Rotary Club and take Ozobots or, some fun tech, and they're just amazed. So it's great to have them out there and sharing that. And we also had some field trips to BVU campus. We had some family nights, and of course, the Hour of Code Week, which has always been fun. So pre-COVID, it was great. Just a few of our pictures. You can see our kids working and being able to connect with our partners, doing different things, unplugged and plugged. COVID time, I say we're making it. We did our best. We had some Zoom calls. We had our business partners send in a few videos. We continued with the Hour of Code Week or the CS Week in December. And that's in the planning stages, I would say. So here's where we're at for next. We have reconnected with our business partners. We have a family code night on Monday, which we're super excited about what we think we'll have for numbers for that.
Can I chime in on that, Jackie?
Yeah.
They just did a second grade art show apparently where they had 200, 250 people show up or something like that. So we can relate, Susan, to what's going on with how many people will be there, because we have opened it up to all families K-5. And, originally we thought, well, we might get terrible numbers. Well, we have advertised it super good. So we are anxious to see if we have 500 and have to figure out how to make it work, but we'll do it.
I think we're just excited. I think parents are excited to come in. So I think they were pretty shocked to see how many that came in for the art show. So we're kind of having contingency plans for Code Night on Monday. So if we have to spill into some other spaces, that we'll have that ready. Of course, the computer science education week in December, we're in the planning stages. And then after attending yesterday's meeting with Mary, thinking about changing our theme a little bit after catching a good idea from another school that's willing to share. So we're kind of in the planning stages of that, but also listening to Denison and Pocahontas this morning, I was jotting a few notes, what we could add to our planning deck with that. So it's always great to have this collaboration time. Also just connecting our partners with our CSE team, since we have 2 at each grade level, trying to get them in and have that done. We have access this year to high school students that's really into making videos, and he does a lot for our district. So having him push out to our partners and make those career awareness videos so he can do the editing and put that all together. So we're excited about that. And then of course, we are already planning for the spring. Having some big events and some tours of our new school, and just really reconnecting with our partners and our community groups. So that's kind of our focus. Any questions, or we're open for any suggestions?
I noticed in the chat too, great idea as well. Public libraries, make sure you include them as partners in these as well too. Also your county extension offices. They have great resources as well. So make sure you reach out to those folks as well. And yes, I will be emailing out this recorded link to everyone. And so we can go from there. So how might libraries be involved? Think about their computer science books that we have out there, that they can read a book and then do a computer science challenge with that, that would be a great connection as well with those. There's lots of, I think too, like with even their numbering system and things that they have, and then they have some computer programming or some algorithms with that as well too. So there's just some ways that libraries can also join you. So thank you so much for sharing, Storm Lake. I look forward to Monday night. We might have to buy more cookies. If that's the case, I'll go for a run. I'm excited to join you. Next we have up Kingsley Pearson. Kingsley Pearson, folks, would you share with us your plans?
Hello. We don't have a fancy PowerPoint, sorry. When we got the award, we were most worried probably about our business partners, just because we sit in the middle of Lamar's and Sioux City, and there's nothing really in Kingsley, or so we thought that would want to join us. But when we sent out our letters, we had 14 business partners get back to us wanting to be involved. So our business partners range from, some of them just donated monetarily, some of them came in to be guest speakers. One of our big ones, we went to a farm for a field trip in 4th grade. And it's amazing how we are such a small rural school, but a lot of our 4th grade students had never been in a combine or had never got to see a corn dryer or anything like that. So that was a huge business partner for us, Salem Farms.
Jen, you're cutting out.
And then
hey, Jen, you're cutting out just a little bit.
Titan Machinery here in town, and they are going to drive a tractor down to school for us and park in the parking lot. And our kids will get to go through and explore the tractor. And next week, we're having a computer science festival the day before Thanksgiving, and our business partner RTI volunteered to come in, and they have like the 3D computers. So he's coming in.
Jen, we're losing you a little bit.
Probably our lovely internet. Let me move to the back of my room.
Okay, there you go. See if that works. Did we lose you?
All right, is this better?
A little bit. Maybe even if you turn your camera off, that might help too. There you go. Give it a shot.
We have RTI coming in, and they do the 3D computers. So he's come in the past and he showed our students like how doctors would see on. So he's coming in for our festival week, or festival agribusiness. Lovely. Remember when I said we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere? So is our internet. Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. So for our festival, okay. And like I said, they do the 3D cameras, so they can see, or they've come in the past and showed like how a doctor would see when they were doing heart surgery or anything like that. We also had another one of our business partners, Agribusiness, donated donuts for our volunteers that are coming in. And then he's also coming in to play Robot Turtles. He asked that we keep it pretty simple for him. So we gave him the Robot Turtle Station. We've had the Panther Ball, which is like a fundraiser that the school does. They just did a monetary donation. Before this award, we really didn't have much of anything. So we spent a good chunk of our award on getting pieces in our hands so that our students could actually use the computer science things that we purchased. But that's all I can really think of. We have our festival coming up, and then of course, kind of with this being our first year doing a festival, we've been a little bit overwhelmed. So we're going to kind of stick with what we did in the past for Code.org week or Code Week, because that was 2 years ago and a lot of our students don't remember it. So we have an activity for each class every day. And then they rotate throughout the week. So everybody gets a new activity to do every week, and we do dress up days with it. We do a pajama day for Cozy Up in Code. I don't remember all. We do a crazy hat day just to get the students more excited about it.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen, for sharing. Sorry about the internet. I know I was struggling today too. It's like, I think it's just because it's early.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, to our computer science as elementary schools for sharing with us today. We so appreciate all your efforts. You never disappoint. You had some great ideas. I love the fact that not only are we getting comments and suggestions of ways to do things better, but more ideas to partner, and then also sharing ideas with each other. So you can say, you know, I had this plan, but now I got a few more ideas of things to do. So you guys are awesome. If you wouldn't mind also putting in your emails in the chat as well, in case others want to reach out to you. I saw above too that an administrator reached out to you, Susan, and said that they just did a day to reach out to them and you can talk. Love that, right? So this is all win-win-wins for us this morning. I love this. All right. So as we continue on then, I wanted to share with you even more resources, because your brains aren't quite full yet, but they might be getting there. So on the slideshow, there's a link right here for Computer Science Week resources. I have on our resources page on my STEM, Northwest STEM page under resources, we have a computer science resources page here that I'm going to click on. This is kind of a one-stop shop for lots of ideas. We did have several of our computer sciences elementary folks that have shared their ideas, not only for what they're doing this year, but for next year as well too. And so this is a really great one-stop shop. When you do your computer science activities for that week, or if it's not during that week, that's okay, right? Like, you notice that some of them are not doing it during that actual week. They're doing it what makes sense for their school. Right on, right? That's awesome. And so when you do some computer science activities, please use that hashtag CS4IA. That's the hashtag we'd love for you to use whenever you're sharing your activities with us. We're going to be broadcasting a lot of those throughout the state of Iowa. And so we want to make sure that you're aware of that. Just a few things I want to draw your attention to here. This very first presentation here is a wonderful resource I helped put together with Sarah Derry, another regional manager. And we went through and we talked about how to set up your own event. We have templates for everything you can imagine, from start to finish, from the registration to the evaluation to the planning and all of that in between. We have lots of templates there for you to use to create your own event. So when you're asking yourself, these are all great ideas, but where do I start? You start with that presentation. There's lots of templates there to help you plan and think about all the little details in between as well too. So make sure you check that out. As I mentioned, the computer sciences elementary schools, they're lovely. They have shared, again, a lot of their resources here. They have opened up their books to you all. So please take a look at these. Again, there's lots of resources, and I'm guessing that they will be so kind to send me even more for this year as well. And I'll just keep adding here also so that they have a great resource for you to check out. And then also, excuse me, I mentioned, like, if you're planning your own event, again, here's some more quick links for that also. To get businesses in partnership, that's really key for this. We have business commitment letter templates. We have video guideline templates, as we mentioned. So there's ways that you can connect with your business. We have some templates for you to get started. I did want to share one of the things that I learned from Perry Elementary when I went to visit them. I thought was a great plan to meet with their business partners. They talked about having their administrator reach out to the business partners and then create a spreadsheet that says, like, this is the business partner, these are the types of jobs they do, these are the ways that they can partner with you in certain activities. And then the educators could go in and look at that list and they can decide who they'd like to connect with. And then they reached out to that business partner too. So it was great that the principals set it up first and made that connection so that they're all on the same page, right? And then kind of generated the spreadsheet for them to pick and choose what would make sense for them in their classroom and what's coming up. So that was just an idea that they're going to start to do as well too. I love that idea. I love that the administration is right on board with them too. CSTA is also creating these CS poster heroes, or hero posters, excuse me. They're going to be blasting those all over social media as well too. You can go in and you can have them create a poster for you. You just fill out a form, or you can create your own as well too. So we're inviting any and all parents, family, grandparents, workers in the industry, and educators as well, to create computer science hero posters. And so it's a great opportunity to check that out too. And we're gonna hopefully bring a big stack of those CSTA hero posters up to the CSTA conference in Chicago this summer. So check that out. There's also some great resources. Shout out to the Northwest AEA and Grant Wood AEAs. They've shared a lot of their resources with me so far. Some of the other AEAs as well too, Prairie Lakes, when they share their resources with me, I'll put those in there, and any others that share with me, I'm happy to put those in there. We want to make sure that you have some good resources to check out, and so that you're not just going onto the World Wide Web and just typing in computer science activities, and you never know what you're going to get, right? And so you know that these activities listed here are good quality activities that have been field tested and that are ready to go for you. So remember that CSTA for IA is important for computer science when you go ahead and post your activities. You know, we've had a lot of folks share with us. We have about 15 minutes left. Before we do that, I'm going to slip to my last slide. And then we're going to open it up to sharing. So we would love to hear about your projects. And so anyone that sends me the projects, activities, big or small, it doesn't matter, whatever computer science events, activities, lessons you're going to be doing, especially, you know, during that week or even during this time frame, shoot me an email, let me know what it is. You can fill out this form here that this is a link here to a form. We're going to be handing out even more prizes to those that share their projects with us. We'd like to post those on our social media, our newsletter, all of that. Have a big shout out. And so share with us. You'll get even more prizes to continue computer science through the rest of your school year. Okay. So before we call it a day, we have a few minutes left between now and 8:30. Let's just do a share out of what we're all, other folks that are on the line, some other activities or things you have planned or ideas or questions or what have you. We're going to open it up, so please feel free to unmute yourself and share and ask questions, share events that you're going to be doing. So I'm going to stop talking now and let you have the floor. This is where you have to talk though. Someone's got to share, because otherwise I look silly.
Well, I'll go. This is Joan from East Union. So Tuesday night, and I was the one that stuck my name and email in there. I can't remember who it was that commented about having trouble with administrators and their event, but I put my email in there contact me and I'll give you a phone number and we'll talk about maybe some ideas for how you can make that happen. Because our first event was Tuesday night that we hosted associated with our Computer Sciences Elementary project. And it was a huge success. And, you know, we're a small school, just K-12, about 500 kids. So we had 105 people attend, families. And we had started with a presentation in the auditorium, had kids do the presenting. One success story, we had a family that moved into our district this year with a young man in 5th grade who his mother afterwards said he never, ever would have dreamed of standing up in front of a crowd of 100 people and talking, but he was one of the presenters and he did a beautiful job and it brought tears to her eyes. Computer science and the teacher were the ones that, you know, generated that interest and that courage. But anyway, we had, it was pretty well organized. We had 3 different events going on, but they featured what our kids are actually doing in their daily computer science classes and weekly classes with the younger students. So we had Ozobots, Bluebots, a station for that. We had a classroom with Codable and Tinker, and then we had unplugged activities in a 3rd station. And then of course we had food at lots of food at the end of the evening. So that was a big attraction, but lots of good PR on Facebook from the families that attended. That's always nice. But we had a lot of fun planning it and we had a lot of fun instigating it. And now I've heard all these terrific ideas. So I'm excited. We're going to do another one in the spring and we're going to integrate that with our Title I Family Literacy and Math Night. So thank you for all the great ideas. Appreciate it.
Sweet, glad to hear it. Also, my calendar is not quite filled up for that week of Computer Science Week. So if you'd like to have your friendly regional manager help you out with an activity or an event, please do, or just invite me to come visit. I'd love to. Oh, we have another one too from Sioux Center Public Library is hosting some microbit coding sessions. Ooh, exciting. Love that for grades 5th through 8th. That's awesome. Share me the link for that, Emily, and I will, if there's a link or information on that, I will broadcast that out for you as well. Others?
Hi, this is Heidi from Storm Lake St. Mary's. As of right now, I'm just gathering information. So I just thank you for doing this, everybody, and I look forward to implementing some of these strategies here in the next couple of weeks. So thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, and if you, again, you've got emails in the chat. If you want to reach out to anyone, reach out to me. I can always connect you with those folks also. We're here to make connections, give you ideas, and get you going on some events and activities. Now, you know, some of these lovely elementary schools are doing some really outstanding wow events, right? But you can absolutely do smaller things as well too. You know, step-by-step things. It doesn't have to be a big presentation. It can be, you know, something smaller as well too, whatever works for your school and your comfort level with your educators as well too. You know, I mentioned too, starting with the storybook, you know, and then doing some computer science activities to go along with that too. You know, a book is not so threatening. Computer science can be scary sometimes, but if you start with the book, for instance, then you can continue on with that as well too. And I have some examples of those as well also. So anyone else like to share? Have a question? Okay, that was my wait time. So another gift I'm giving you today is 7 minutes back of your day, right? Any resources on coding for girls? Yes, I have some as well too. I have some great books. What did I do with all of those? that, they're around my office somewhere. I can send you out some information about coding with girls, Heidi. Or no, that's Emily. I will send that out to you. And if you have questions like that, shoot them to me. I have resources, or I can send you some information on that as well too. So yes, I will send out this recording, which I'll stop now.